Hi everyone, you're probably watching this because you're interested in the BMW R850GS, and I don't blame you because I've had the bike about 2.5 months now, done nearly 1,000 miles, and this video is kind of intended as a bit of an honest update because the last time I posted a video I'd literally just had the bike a week. So now, after a bit more mileage, I wanted to just share my thoughts on the bike. Perhaps talk through a few of the little foibles that I'm finding at the moment. But I'll show you the bike. It's not the cleanest because I've actually just been out on a ride. But here she is. Just a reminder, this bike is 22 years old. It's done 40,700 miles. It's fitted with an MRA screen here, and the bike generally is in really good condition. It's had about 10 or 11 previous owners, so a lot of previous owners on the bike, but generally seems to have been really well looked after. Now, how am I finding the bike to own after about 1,000 miles? Well, I've recently put on some new rubber, some Anarchy Adventure tyres, and I have to say the handling has improved a little bit. The bike's tipping in better. I think the previous tyres were probably squared off a bit much. I've also been doing some green laning on it. I've got a short video on my YouTube channel showing you that. And I found the bike so easy to handle off-road, partly because, you know, everyone knows about the low down weight of these boxes. They're just fantastic off-road. The positioning on the GS makes it so comfortable whether you're sitting on the saddle or you're standing up on the bars. I personally just love standing up on the foot pegs, and it's just such a cool riding position when you're off-road. I've noticed a couple of foibles with the bike though. So on this one, I think the seal, that's fucking hot, sorry, excuse me. The seal on this oil filler cap is gone basically. So I've got a bit of oil coming out of the side of this cylinder head. I've also noticed that the bike is really quite hard to fill up with the correct amount of oil. Sounds silly, but I think these boxes are a bit delicate when it comes to filling them up with a perfect amount, and there are lots of different schools of thought as to how much is the perfect amount. So to be honest, I think I've overfilled this one slightly, but as I'm told, if you do overfill it, all that happens is it comes out slightly on the air box. But I've kind of just forgotten about it a bit and tried to not worry about these things. Other things I've noticed on the bike so far, it does get quite vibey on the pegs, and these pegs don't have a rubber insert on them, so I am finding quite a lot of vibration on the bike at motorway speeds, kind of between 70 and 90 miles an hour. Haven't gone above 90 really on this one, I don't think. Mainly because the front brake on this, although it has a braided hose, I'm noticing a real sponginess to the front brake on this one. The pads look fine, but yeah, I need to get that one rebled before I push on a bit. That said, we know these bikes aren't sports bikes, but they perform so well on a nice twisty road that you can easily forget that you're on a 270 kilo when it's got panniers on and bits and bobs, 270 kilo off-road, on-road machine. And a few other bits and pieces that I thought I'd talk about. I've recently picked up some panniers for the side here, the side cases, and awesome. I think just when this bike is loaded up with the panniers and the top box, I just think it looks so purposeful. Absolutely love it. I've noticed on this bike, I think I probably touched on it in my last video, that this particular one is a real poverty spec. It doesn't have a fuel gauge, it doesn't have a temperature sensor. It actually does have hazard warning lights, I found those, but it doesn't have the ABS, nor does it have the heated grips. Someone has put an aftermarket heated grip system on here, which is good. But yeah, it just looks awesome when you've got all the pannier kit set up here. And overall, I'm finding the bike really, really awesome to own. I'm finding that I just jump on it every now and again. It's doing about 50 odd miles per gallon, which is just brilliant. I'm not finding the lack of torque a particular issue. It's more than fast enough for the kind of roads that I want to ride. And it's been totally reliable, apart from this small oil seal, which I'll sort out. The other thing that I did notice is that the clutch lever, the clutch started to slip a bit. I was doing some green laning and just playing around with some off-road skids and things, and I started to get some clutch slip. So all I did here was just lubricate this clutch cable, and I think it was just not returning perfectly. So now it seems to be returning fully. I think it was just getting caught up here. So I lubricated all of this, and now it seems to be totally fine. So maybe something to keep a lookout for if you've got a similar problem. Otherwise, I'd really recommend these Anarchy Adventure tyres. And what's in store for me next on this bike is a rebleed of the front brake, maybe even new pads. I'll see how flush I'm feeling. That's the first thing that I'll do. I have been touching up the bike with a bit of hammerite, so just kind of painting bits here that were starting to corrode, and the paint was kind of starting to flick off from. Just trying to keep it in generally good order, but apart from that, I'm just planning on doing a bit more green laning this summer and enjoying the bike a bit more. One thing I will say is that this front beak is now black, but apparently it should be silver, so that might be something that I sort out, but I don't mind the black actually. Final thing for me, I've actually got another bike coming into the garage, which is another BMW. So I've got an S1000 RR coming in 2017, so Gen 3. So I'll pop a video or two about that on the channel. But thanks for watching, and for those of you that also have these R850GSs, it's awesome to hear from you. So yeah, maybe we could organise a little ride or something, don't know. But I also really want to race an R850 against an R1100, just to prove the point that I think these bikes are probably as quick. So any R1100 GS owners watching that are towards East London, Essex, let me know. See if we can organise that. See you later.